Lee, Lawless, and there's the shots! Oh goodness me, how close was that?
The fans mean everything to us. There are times when our players suffer an injustice of luck.
Stood up a great cross too, and it's Joby McAnuff!
And when they suffer that injustice of luck, our fans decide that they're either going to moan about the injustice of luck, or they're going to get behind our club and players. They can make the difference between a loss and a draw, or a draw and a win.
Towards that back post, and it's in! Leyton Orient have kicked it off its hinges, and they're on level terms.
And so from that perspective, they are the soul of the club.
It's the family. It's an extended family. You know, the missus, she knows. Don't book holidays. You know, through the football season. You know, don't do this through the football season. I won't be attending something through the football season because between 3 and 5 on a Saturday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday night, I'll be with the Orient.
Every week I know I'm going to be Saturday at 3 o'clock. I'll be wherever Orient are going to be. So there's nothing more at the moment more important than Orient for me, I'd say.
And I know it sounds absolutely crazy for fans that don't understand that, or for people that just don't get football. But in real terms, it's the life.
At every level of football, fans' lives are dedicated to watching their team. They all go through extreme lengths, travelling hundreds of miles up and down the country. Through the eyes of Leyton Orient, we're going to see this amazing commitment and the joy that it brings to every single one of them.
It's my life, like, from home away every week, every game.
You're thinking like, you know, it's an away day, it's a day out, down the pub, see your mates.
It's something that just gets you and it makes you travel frantically.
All the week I'm on my phone with my mates.
Who's meeting where are we going, what we're doing.
What's the score going to be, what's the team, like.
End of June, beginning of July, fixture list comes out, you know what you're doing around Christmas, you know what you're doing around New Year, you know it's the far-flungs, the Hartley Pools on a Tuesday night, when it's still live on, you know, live on BT, we still go up there on a Tuesday night.
I would travel anywhere from.
I can't think of anything else I would rather be doing today, to be honest, than actually coming here.
It's not just about the football for me, it's about the friends, the day out. It's everything. Even, like, sometimes we go away with a draw or a loss, but if I had a good day out with my mates, I'm still happy.
Just asked a geezer. We stood by that Gateshead sign, and we said to him, "Will you take a photograph of us?" And he said, "Yeah." He took it, and he said, "You want to check it?" I said, "No, that'd be great. Look at it."
Mate,
what a man!
At least your shoes and socks got to the ground anyway.
Look at that!
Nobody epitomises the dedication of football fans more than 84-year-old Lottie. She supported the team for over 45 years and has a special bond with Leyton Orient.
My children never arrange anything for Saturday because they say they can't go there because Mum's going to the football.
Yeah, Lottie's hardcore, mate. I think she's on the firm.
I had 2 hospital appointments. I had to cancel it. I said, I can't come Saturday.
She's just an amazing lady, but someone who's, you know, totally committed her life to Leyton Orient.
Honestly, her dedication, you know, for me, she typifies a lot of the other fans, you know, the effort that she makes, you know, at her age especially, you know, she doesn't miss a game, really. She's always up, you know, when we get up to an away ground there to greet us.
People say, "Oh, why does the players always come and say hello to you?" I say, I don't know.
Lottie, how are you?
I'm fine, you.
And you, nice and early as usual?
To see that lady's face when you get off the coach inspires you.
You alright?
Hello, Captain.
You good?
Yeah, look,
Shorter journey today, isn't it? Cheers, mate.
Look, I've been all day on, they've been in my house.
Been in your house? Oh, you made them tea?
It's quite a remarkable story, really, I think. The reason she started supporting Orient was because of her husband, and then she loses her husband.
Well, you ask anybody, knows George. This was his life.
She continued to have an affiliation and a love for the football club and continues.
I would have gone anywhere, but he said, please promise me you'll still go, you know. And I wanted to say, I promised my husband I'm still going to support you, and I couldn't say anything. My children encouraged me to go. They said, Mum, you go. Because do I want to sit here on my own and watch what's on the telly? No, I like to go to the football. It's in my blood now, I just can't stop it. Now I go home to an empty house, and then you sit there and you had a good day today. And then, never mind, that's how it is. If there was no Orient, I don't know what I would do.
In the lower leagues, there's a unique connection between the fans and the club. At this level of football, it's more than just about what happens on the pitch.
When you sign for Orient, you know that you're part of the community.
You know, it's quite an intimate feel, you know, when you come to a game.
After home games, we pop up to the gallery, we have a drink up in the gallery, and you see the players coming in, talking to the fans. They're quite open, they'll come over and talk to you, they'll have a photo with you. And I can't really imagine that happening at like West Ham, Chelsea, Arsenal.
Where you go to the Etihad or the Emirates and, you know, literally you're miles away from the pitch, and you're never going to really get that chance to meet and greet a player and tell them how much you love them or how rubbish they are, whatever it might be, you know.
We're so appreciative of them, and they know that, you know, the players go and shake their hands every time there's an away game, and we've got a bond with them. We know most of their names, and I think that's a difference between football at this level and Premier League level.
I just come up on the train, right, with the owner. He's sat next to me. 2 hours I was talking to him about like redeveloping the stadium, what we could do to get more fans in. Name me another club that you can have your owner sit next to you on the train for 2 hours.
The Man United fans are like, we wouldn't even get Mourinho coming in to, you know, to shake our hand.
It's been taken away from players in the top flight now. There's no affiliation, there's no relationships between fans and players, which is unfortunate, but you know, we try and make it as vibrant as we can here.
Top flight teams across the world draw in tens of thousands of fans every week, but that lack of connection still leaves some people feeling disillusioned. Adam Mitchie is a man who felt this as a Tottenham supporter and decided to see what things were like lower down at Leyton Orient, documenting his journey along the way.
Orientation is about a season that I spent with some friends of mine. We very much wanted to find somewhere where we could go and enjoy that kind of atmosphere, that kind of togetherness, getting behind a team with somewhere local. You know, at Tottenham I was a client reference number. You know, you don't feel particularly valued. I think you feel like if you weren't sat in that seat, somebody else is. Football for me was being experienced through the TV, and that isn't how it should be. It should be experienced sat next to somebody. You should be able to reach out and touch those players and interact with those players, and it was like a veneer between the two. And this is no dig at you know, foreign fans, but I think when they come over here, as a club, they look at those fans and they say, right, you're going to spend 150 quid in the club shop, and then next week someone's going to come along just like you and do exactly the same thing. Whereas the guy, I don't know, lives in Edmonton, at Tottenham, you know, he's got his scarf that he's had for 40 years. He never buys a replica shirt. Financially, he isn't worth much to the club.
The TV viewing fan has become more important than the in-stadium fan for certain leagues around the world. And that's just an economic fact. Will that change the behavior of clubs? Possibly.
You know, I just feel like that's an area we need to be very careful with in this country, because that's what sets us apart, you know, that fan base, the love that people have for clubs.
But that doesn't mean that the in-stadium fan's not valued. It's just that economically, they don't mean what they once meant to the club. At Leyton Orient Football Club, which I'll bring it back to us, the fans mean everything to us.
At clubs like Leyton Orient, that closeness to the fans offers the players the opportunity to change supporters' lives. And in the era of social media, we get to see their little gestures come to light.
Whose name was you on the back? Joby McEnough?
It was the little girl's birthday, and obviously we're quite familiar with the family, they're like massive fans. She wanted a shirt, and for some reason she wanted McEnough on the back.
Joby's your favourite? Shall I see if I can get you a pink shirt for Joby?
I think she just thought she was going to just get the shirt, and then obviously I had to pop out and...
How's that? This one look good? Yeah, special delivery for the birthday girl.
I'm glad in a sense because we had to ask her who her favourite player was at the time. I was dreading her saying Macaulay Bonne or George Elokobi or someone like that, and I'm there like, oh, it's me. But no, it went to plan. And
very pleased that you wanted my name and number on the back, okay?
So it's always nice. You never get bored of, you know, a kid saying, oh, you know, you're my favourite player, or can you sign a shirt? You know, they're the little things that, you know, really, you know, help us and things that we enjoy doing.
The brilliant support off the pitch is made all the more sweeter when things on it go well. A club record 13-game unbeaten run means a return to the Football League is a real possibility.
Not for a minute did we believe that we would start the season in the vein that we did.
But we didn't have a lot of change in the summer. We get continuity, and I think that's gives us the opportunity to have the start we have.
We actually started the season quite slow.
Enemies into the box, the first touch has got him away! There's the shot. Oh, it's got it! Into the box. Jack Hingleman with a chance. Puts it in the bottom corner. Back into the box. Barrow watching it. Into the box it goes. Bobbles out across, and it's touched into the back of the net.
I think once we got the first victory at Maidstone, I think the players felt an ease, and I think the performances picked up from there.
We sort of built momentum, and the boys started to sort of relax a little bit more and enjoy that pressure that comes with playing for a club like this.
Scores it! Leyton into the box, and still Leyton. Oh, that's a wonderful goal!
It is just only a start, and we've got to try and continue the consistent performances we're showing. If we do that, then I'm sure that, you know, come the turn of the year, we'll be in that pack.
We're in a good place. I say we've got a good squad, great group of lads, and it's just about managing that group and everyone staying together and staying positive. I'm sure if we can do that, then you know, we'll certainly be with a shout coming into the season.
Orient's early season success is of course down to the hard work and the ability of the players, but we can't forget the role of the fan. Their support drives this team forward every single week, and as we'll see in the next episode, it's not just the fans who share this passion, the owners do too.